So recently, there has been a group of nuns who deliver services, healthcare services in communities, who have basically said that they support the current healthcare bill that is hopefully being voted on today or sometime next week by the United States Congress. I believe the bill is either gone from the House to the Senate or from the Senate to the House. Neither here nor there. Apparently it's neither here nor there because they really ain't done nothing. Talk about paying somebody for little. But the nuns have basically supported the bill that's there against the Catholic Church because there seems to be some discrepancy about whether or not federal funds will be used, as in, the people, as in our money, i.e., my money, my tax money, the money that I earn, would be going to for somebody else to pay for an abortion. And, there are lots of different details of abortion. Which trimester do you have the abortion? And some people are very absolutist about it, or they say that perhaps, if one or the other's bodies are compromised during the process of birth or by or through the pregnancy, then perhaps birth can be terminated, perhaps during the first trimester, or, everyone has the different degrees, and of course there are several uncertainties because although there is a Christian definition of the beginning of life at conception, there is no scientific one that is proven in scientific language to challenge that. So, as it stands, the moral victory is on the hand of religion, although the social victory is apparently in the hand of science because, let's face it, abortion is legal in various forms in most parts of the world. Something else I'd really like for us to think about when it comes to abortion. And it's not just that, for example, I will never have an abortion because I'm a male, and I will never. The likelihood of me ever, fathering a child that will be aborted, that kind of haphazard, we were just playing around kind of pregnancy, or obviously me assaulting someone and impregnating them, is so unlikely. Well, I'm gay. So I'm not just gonna have makeup sex and accidentally have a baby, or get drunk and have a baby, or just something irresponsibly and have a baby. Much like most people on this planet were. Most people on the planet were not calculated and planned. We need to accept that, but we also need to accept that abortion, as it stands around the globe, is basically decided by elite white men. That may sound harsh because for some people just talking about race is harsh. But look at it. So goes the Catholic Church and conservative Christian politicians, which are overwhelmingly men, funders, policymakers, overwhelmingly elite white men, determine this in the Western world, and particularly in the United States. And then this policy we fund through development and through our gag rule that we have in the United States. So we switch based on which kind of, conservative or liberal government we have in place, administrator, the president in place. So, under Clinton, development funds could be used to fund abortion around the world, but not in the United States. But under Bush, not even that, ABC. So the problem is, and this is the root of it, we can talk about abortion all day long. And we can disagree or agree and who says what, but at the end of the day, there's something else. There's an elephant in this. It's that and not just because I'm a male, not just because I'm gay, not just because, but just me as a person here, do I have the right to determine what you do? Especially, and not just especially, but we're talking in terms of, please don't go there with the, well, do you have the right to kill this or kill it? No, we're not talking about all the extreme, the worst case scenario, the sky's going to fall in, because I actually believe more in humanity than less. I believe more in the God in me than the policing of people. You know, I believe that there is crime and that people have the propensity to do bad, but I believe that we have a greater propensity to do good. And for me to say that nobody can do X, Y, and Z because I believe in X, Y, and Z, just like, you know, abstinence, be faithful, and condoms, like ABC, to enforce, and it's Christian. It's this particular kind of Christianity. It's not Christian per se. It's not even, in fact, it's not very Christly. And it has more to do with the practitioners and a certain interpretation of Christianity. And it says that lead through imperialism and not through compassion. You know, lead through domination and enforcement, and punitively so, as opposed to demonstratively. It says that, and this is what has been going on since Christianity, since Christians were exiled. I mean, Christianity has been used to justify the bondage, slavery, just famines in India. Christians have done this. And now Christians are doing this. I'm asking where the real Christians are. Because when religion dominates politics, when people become fundamental in politics, and this is when you see this disagreement that the nuns are having with the bishops. The bishops are carrying the, you know, abortion is not, you know, is anti-God. And these women are saying, okay, we obviously, that's where we are, but this bill here, this is political. And on the ground, which is where those nuns work, you know, the flesh, this is saving lives. This is about life. And that is the difference. If your religion, because it is essential to say that religion enters everyone's politics. We are people in the flesh. We are politicians. We are political beings, from voters to people who actively, you know, actively legislate or run for office, government actors, including bureaucrats. We bring our morality into our work, period. I'm not going to say that we don't. What I'm saying to you here has everything to do with the fact that I'm Buddhist. It has everything to do with the fact that, and you know, because I'm Buddhist, I'm not going to say to you that your religion is wrong and that you're going to hell. I'm not going to say that. What I am going to do is to say to you, we need to come to the table so we can work this out, so that we can synergize. That's what democracy is about, synergy. So that we can form a collective. I think you call it fellowship, something like that. Yeah. So that we can fellowship. And that we can, in God's image, I mean, you looking at that God, I'm looking at this God inside, including the one in Michael Jackson, including the one in you. And I see God in you, and I cannot disrespect you. And because I will not disrespect you, I will not colonize you. I will not mentally colonize. I will not say that you have to do what I do. I will demonstrate to you, and I will polish my life. I will make it happy. Until you can see, until my life is just gleaming, shining with happiness, and you're like, I want some of what you got. You know what I mean? Like a crackhead wants another crackhead's crack. Well, if my crack is clean air, clean water, healthy, you know, food, a healthy planet, exercise, making love to my own image that I see in every person around me, in the trees, in the air. I mean, it sounds, you know, silly and not environmentalist, but what's the other way? Punishing people? Well, that way you lock people up mentally in bondage. You choke up the air. You choke up the plant. Well, oh, we're doing that. That's where that other rhetoric of imperialism has gotten us. And what I'm saying is, anybody who's been to West Africa, you know exactly what that means. Bring it on. Just be clear. Just do right. Do right. Do right.